Hey, what's up, guys? It's August 20th, and we're here to break down some things. First of all, I hate to tell you guys, but for all you pirators, Kiss Anime's gone, and I know a lot of people do, Matt including.
Feels bad. Feels bad.
What's the plan now?
Um, Nine Anime, another pirating website. Uh, yeah, that's. I mean, okay. So I'm gonna get into a big whole thing right now, but like the whole issue that Japan's getting really like they're cracking down on piracy. They want um they want everybody to be paying, and I understand like you need I understand the money part, but for me personally, like it's not really about the money stance. It's that like there's like the options for like all these other streaming sites that allow for legal streaming. So like Crunchyroll, Funimation Now, Verve, High Dive, Amazon Prime. I guess even Netflix alone, not really though. So they all have they all have like all their different exclusive shows that only appear on their platform. And the reason why piracy, well, at least like Kiss Anime was just so amazing was because the entire library, everything was there. You don't have to pay for 10 trillion different streaming sites just to watch like the shows you wanted. Um, and especially uh, shows that aren't even on the streaming sites, like very obscure shows that no one really talks about. Those weren't on any like were on like Crunchyroll or Funimation or anything like that. You can only watch that if you pirated. So it's like it's so like annoying unless you or if you like you lived in Japan and you had like the resources to go out and buy a Blu-ray at the store of one of these obscure shows that nobody talks about in the West. So that's like kind of like a big reason why I thought that the Kiss anime was okay. But I know it's really not because you're basically stealing. But you know, for the time being, I'm just gonna keep using the Nine anime, and when that eventually gets taken down, whatever. I guess I'll have to pay for Crunchyroll or whatever. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'll just that's gonna be it.
Classic. Yeah, I know it had everything on there, and now it's gone, and a lot of people are upset. And I mean, I would too be if I was watching it every day, and then they just take it down. It's because they want credit for everything that they did instead of
And
it
it's
getting
true. No, and
pirated.
that's perfectly fine. And like I completely understand. But what I think would make it like really nice is that if they made like a if Japan like just made like a full like straight like
They had everything on it
platform that
almost.
had most things on it. Yeah.
I mean, that would make most sense, and I feel like they'd make so much money off of that.
Like if the
I'm
Japanese
sure. I'm sure they're gonna do something like that.
If the Japanese government like regulated this stuff so much better, it would just work out a lot nicer. Oh, and then
Yeah.
wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
So along with the Kiss anime, Kiss manga also got taken down, and now Kiss manga is like you get all your manga. And what's the worst about that's kind of even worse than Kiss anime getting taken down because at least with Kiss anime, you have the alternatives they can go like Crunchyroll and crap they can go buy and like decent stuff with nice solid like subs titles and stuff. But with Kiss anime, Kiss manga, there's not really like a whole lot of like different like alternatives, like legal alternatives for like online use of like reading manga or like manhwa, which is like the Korean version of comics. Uh, there's not a lot of that. You have to you have to subscribe to like Shonen Jump Viz Media thing. I mean and that's pretty cheap, so that's probably your best bet. But they don't have like a lot of they have their Shonen Jump stuff from the magazine. They don't have a lot of other stuff though, not much. So, like it's very hard for the for this manga streaming type stuff, to trying to find legal stuff without having to pirate. And
Yeah.
so some of the stuff doesn't get translated right. The big thing, fan translating on like the pirating sites is just so amazing because there's so many people out there who will just willingly just translate stuff when it first comes like a chapter of a new manga when it first comes out they'll willingly translate it for free and for like just manga or whatever and
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's very convenient. And you know, something like if I want to go like read some obscure thing, and I can't because it's not on any of these legal streaming like manga apps, barely any of them in the first place, and you know, there's no translation, so I wouldn't be able to anyways. I wouldn't be able to read it.
Yeah. Well, moral of the story is now they took away pretty much the. Would you say it was the biggest
Oh, it's
anime
by far.
library?
Oh, it's by far the biggest anime library. I think it was
So they
like.
took that
So I think
away.
what happened, it was like connected to like a whole like Google Drive, and
Jeez.
like the entire Kiss Anime network. It's just a giant Google Drive file, and
Did
I think
he
I.
make money off of that? Whoever ran that, like, were there
Oh,
donations
there's
for
ads.
him?
Yeah, there's ads around it. They were making money. Yeah,
Yeah, they were making money.
but yeah. So
That's wild, dude.
I
Wild.
think Japanese government just like told Google to like cut the cord on them, so Google
Yeah.
like
I mean, when you
completely
have a
shut their
whole
thing. That's why
library,
it
like
says
an
that's why it says
insane library, you can find
if
anything
you
on
try
there.
and type in kissanime.ru, it will tell you like all files have been deleted. Goodbye forever.
Yeah, because they probably had to get rid of everything. So the moral of the story is now, which sucks, is now instead of having everything on one thing, now you have to pay for 5 different um things to get your 5 different exclusives that are exclusive to each of these five
It's
different
so
streaming
annoying. I
services.
can't stand that kind of.
And
It's
it's
kind
just
of
gonna
shit.
keep
That's
going like
BS.
that
That's
because they
BS.
want to make money, tons of money. I'm sure another site will come out, or you'll be able to just find it. It won't be good
I
quality,
would be
and you'll
perfectly
get
happy.
blocks, ad
I would
blocks.
be perfectly happy with paying for what we said before with the like if the Japanese government like ran something that had like most things on it. I think that would work out
Yeah,
so much
make it like
better.
a Netflix type thing, and then
Yeah.
just make people pay. Americanize the
I would
app.
be perfectly fine with paying with that and not having to shell out so much money for all these different streaming services at once.
Hey, if you're watching, we have a great idea for you guys.
Yep.
But yeah. So moral of the story is, Kiss Anime's done. That's our first topic. Time to move on to one of the games that got delayed, Halo. We knew that footage looked like shit. Am I right?
Uh, when I was watching with my friends, I was like, yeah, this doesn't look like it. Like it looks okay. It looks like it was like an Xbox One game, but like nothing about it looked next gen. And like,
Mm-hmm.
believe it or not, everybody else on the internet also believed that too. And then they showed the memes came out with the whole one of the brute characters who you fight. They got like a close up shot of his face, and it's just like
Oh
it
boy.
looks like complete shit. So
Yep.
that
I
became a
mean, they
meme.
gotta realize like they're competing with PlayStation, and PlayStation has like pretty much way better exclusives in my opinion. And if they have like last generation graphics, like of course they're gonna get messed up there.
I think the one exclusive, well, right now at least, that Microsoft's got that Sony doesn't is it just came out like yesterday or whatever. I don't even know what day. Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh my god, that looks. I looked first of all the graphics of that game are insane, and it's
Microsoft Flight
yeah,
Simulator.
dude, yeah, you gotta look it up later. But it's like the graphics they look absolutely like photorealistic. It's insane when you're at least when you're flying in the sky, and you can go around the entire world. Like it's literally they map the entire world in a video game.
Oh, I think I saw somebody playing this on YouTube. Yeah, it was pretty wild. I was like, that looks real life. Yeah, I
It's
think I saw it.
so I watched one video of
It's pretty wild.
they go to Disney, and like when they're flying over Disney, it looks really nice, and like it's like oh
Damn.
shit. But then obviously when they try and land on the ground, it looks like walls, like everything looks like it's melted because they don't have it like that actually like handcrafted. Like that was all like done in their big map. So like I think they're
Mm-hmm.
how like their whole how they crafted it works is like these big maps in order to like craft the entire world through like the satellite imagery, and like
Mm-hmm.
so they get the overhead views like nicely, but then when you try and land it, it looks like ass. So like it makes sense, but I think over time that will change. I think a lot of modders and stuff and people will just start handcrafting all that stuff that looks to make it look better. And then that, to be honest, that's insane. That's like a revolution. That's revolutionary.
Yeah, I just watched the video and like it definitely definitely is up there with
I
insane
think
graphics
I
wise.
think
Looks very
if you want to
realistic.
download, so you have to stream the game from the internet in order to play it because there's just so much
Oh, so you have
stuff
to
going on.
good internet then.
Yeah, you have to download first off like 150 gigs or something, but that's not the whole game. The whole game is 2 petabytes. A petabyte is extreme to two of those, so that's absurd. Being for a game.
Mm-hmm. That's wild though. All right, next thing was that little Nintendo indie thing with all those little games. Any ones you liked out of there?
Uh, I was a fan of Goose Game getting that multiplayer. Did you see that at the
Oh
end?
yeah, I've always watched the.
Me,
Remember, we
me,
thought the guy from the Muppets was gonna be
oh,
in it, and then they
I
was tease. I mean, they teased us. They could have put a skin in. I don't understand why they didn't do it. They would have made more money.
that would have been so
Just
cool. But yeah,
partnered. Just partner with the Muppets. Give them
me and you
whatever.
gotta do that. I think that'll be a good game for me and you to play. Is that Goose Game,
Little multiplayer review.
multiplayer. That'd be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, little multiplayer
What
review
else?
on that.
What else did you see that you liked?
There was that there was that card game where like the guy was like playing cards and I don't know what they were doing. And then he's like, you got to be careful if they catch you cheating. And then like the one guy cheats and then they pan out and he's like holding a gun to him. Like, Jesus.
I gotta see more of that, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like, it's like you're like trying to like you're trying to like cheat in the game, right?
Yeah, I was
With,
like, whoa.
with like card tricks.
Yeah.
What else do you think?
Yeah, that was different. Something different. There was one, it was like Takashi and Hiroshi, and it was like you have to like entertain your younger brother or something.
I didn't pay too
And
much attention to that one. I think I kind of zoned out then, but
I just
that
like the
sounds cool.
graphics on it, but then they ended up it was like a 2D thing, and then it was like you had to like I don't know, it was like you had to build your like fight your own monsters. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention either. I just like the beginning, like the trailer was good. It was interesting.
Hey, if I learn more about it, I might play it. So who knows?
Yeah, the other one was called Card Shark.
How about that one, Raji? You ever hear that one? Is it the one?
Oh yeah,
the
that
Indian
reminded
one?
me of that game. I think it's called Journey. I think
Got,
that's what it's called for the
it's got a
PS4.
similar graphic style. That game looked really nice for like
Yeah, definitely.
that was an indie studio made in India, and
Hmm.
that looked really like a pretty good looked pretty solid in the combat area. I do like all the the historical like India like mythology stuff.
Hmm.
That looks like something that could be really interesting.
Yeah, I definitely think it was like obviously the most worked on game out of everything, and they really they gave it a spotlight because they let the creator like or whoever worked on it like talk about it for a little bit. So obviously they felt like that was like one of their best to show. It was pretty
Your
cool. Yeah.
boy YouTuber RGT85. I saw a shout out that he did in one of the things. Like, oh man, I love this game. I'm loving this game so far.
Oh, nice. Let me see if I wrote any other ones down. There was one called I remember it was like called a short hike, and like it was like it looked like a really chill vibing game.
Was that the game that looked like it had like DS graphics?
Yeah. Where it was like you could take your time with this game. I was like, that's perfect for me because I suck at video games.
Oh my!
My gameplay life will be like it takes like 1 hour to beat, and it's like I take 35 hours.
You were just not in the. You're in the. I would like to see you play Celeste. I just beat that the other day. That's a pretty hard game.
Celeste, I
It's
gotta look that up.
Celeste. It's like a platformer game, and it's pretty brutal. You have to like really precise with your jumps and stuff in order to make these like obstacles and get to the next part.
Or was it like an 8-bit game?
It's more like it's like a pixel game, but I wouldn't
Yeah,
really
yeah,
call it
yeah.
8-bit.
I was thinking it was gonna be like
That's the story in
wild.
that is like really like pretty good though. Like, it's pretty deep.
Jeez,
Yeah.
how deep?
I don't know, like talking about depression and stuff. So like
Oh my God.
heavy topics. So yeah, I thought.
Jeez, I just want to play a short hike. That's all. I just want
Hey,
to
I
have
thi-
a little fun.
I think you would like that game. Until you died too much and you just rage quit because you were like so pissed.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, everything else. I'm trying to think. Oh, there was this one where I think it was something where like it was just like a web page and like you had to dodge viruses and stuff. It looked so weird.
That
It
was
was
a
really different though.
I heard it was like a it's like a simulator of like a 1990s internet browser or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, 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 yeah. That
That
one.
looks pretty interesting. I feel like
That's
I feel
different.
like
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta play it on PC though, not on Switch, because I feel
To get
like
the full experience
yeah,
with the
get the
mouse and stuff.
mouse, yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I guess that's trying to think. I don't think we missed that much from there. And then the end was the Goose Game, which we already talked about. That's pretty dope still. Um. Oh, and it was. I know you're not interested in this, but this was announced I think like a few weeks ago. And I know they overdo movies a lot, especially the Halloween movies. And they're making a. I think they're making a Scream 5, so I'm very excited since it's one of my favorite ones. The
I
original is probably one of
I
my
think I
favorite
watched.
old
I think
horror movies.
freshman year of college, I think I watched Scream One for the first time. It was
It's a
pretty.
solid
It was
movie.
pretty good. They got. It kind of became like kind of wacky at the end. I mean, it was the whole movie's wacky, but like
Hmm.
the whole at the end, when they show who the killer is, and who's the one guy, Shaggy from the Scooby Doo
Oh yeah,
movie.
my man from Scooby Doo.
I'm
Yeah.
like that man like fitting inside a horror movie just doesn't make any sense to me.
Nah, dude, nah. It's like it knows it's like a little wacky and stuff. So you have to realize that while you're watching them. Like you got to realize like it's not like taking that seriously, but it's still got I don't know, decent acting at times. But yeah, overall it's pretty good, and I'm a huge fan of Courtney Cox. And I'm not sure. I think she might be returning as like the reporter. So what we saw with Halloween, they like remember they made the new one recently. I don't know if you watched that
Nah,
one.
I didn't see it.
Didn't see it.
The newest one, nope.
Yeah, it was just to revamp the series. You know how they like to do it, make money. So I imagine this is gonna be the same way. I'm hoping though. I'm hoping this is good though. And I know they're making a new what's the other one? Saw. I think they're making a new one of that too.
I don't think I've seen any of the Saw movies. I
You've
watched
never
them.
seen any of the Saw movies?
The closest I've got is do you
You
remember
watch the YouTube videos?
do you remember the SpongeBob Saw videos on YouTube back in like 2008 or 9? Probably like
Nah, I don't remember those.
probably more like 2007 or 8. Yeah. But those movies like it kind of not really a storyline. They kind of just like certain parts of the movie kind of recreates them that's in like a clip art, really terrible poor quality for like 2007 on YouTube. And that was I don't know that was my I guess that's my only interpretation of the Saw franchise. They have this like they get pretty graphic in that yeah I gotta show you that later that they get pretty graphic in that.
Yeah, well, I can assume, but yeah, the Saw movies are definitely like I said though, it gets overdone when you keep making it. Like it's a great concept where like you're put in a room and you don't know where you are and you have a certain amount of time to get out, and if you don't get out, you're pretty much screwed and you're dead or you're messed up for the rest of your life. So yeah, it's a really good,
Sounds like
definitely a good
see
series.
that sounds like an anime like a survival anime
Oh, I think that
type
would
of
make a
thing.
great anime. Great anime.
There's definitely animes that already out there that are like have like a similar type of thing where like, they have like rules and stuff to follow in order to survive, and if you don't follow the rules,
Hmm.
you die. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess one last thing we can touch on real quick. I know I didn't keep up with it, but I watched the first episode of God of High School. I just want to see how it's going so far. I know there's been like 6 or 7 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Is the hype still there? We got the smoke.
Oh, the smoke is there. Oh my god. Last episode, the smoke in the fight scenes. Oh my god, dude's like, the one that so in this most recent episode, they like everybody just starts using their stand powers, which are like their summon abilities of like just summoning random crap around, and like there's some like brutal stuff. Like this one guy summons like a shark out of nowhere, and he just the shark just chomps the guy's opponent and just makes him like bleed out, but he doesn't die somehow because obviously it's anime, so that's not gonna happen. He just you just see him all bloody, but like that's like it's some smoky scenes going on. The one guy is fighting with like a scythe, and this man's like doing like tricks and stuff with the scythe. Like the animation looks so clean. Uh, but to be honest, besides the animation quality and like
Uh-oh.
these cool fan site, this has like been like I feel like a lot of people online are saying this. They're like
What's happening?
the plot. There's not really like a good plot. Like it's mostly just the fighting,
Uh-huh.
and like the plot that goes on in the background is kind of just like fodder. Like who fucking gives a shit? Like it's just all about the fighting. That's
Yeah.
literally what this is about. And like, I mean, that's okay. That's great. Not I mean, just from like the animation point of view, because they're getting like tons of nice fight scenes with nice choreography and stuff. But from like if you want like a good story, I would look elsewhere. That's not this ain't the story of Department. That's for sure. Characters, nah. The only coolness about the characters are like how badass they are with their fighting abilities. There's not like any like actual character development really going on right now.
All right, now here's my last question for this. Where are you watching it now since KissAnime's taken
Oh,
down?
9 anime. I told you
Nine
before.
anime, and that's the next move you think with
That's the next
everybody
move that they'll probably get.
until it gets taken
No,
down.
they'll
Yeah.
take it. They'll begin taken down eventually. I think by October they said they wanted to roll out get their piracy stuff rolling out to anti-piracy, and I think by next year January, the law is like going full force trying to fine people. I think for just like
Mm-hmm.
for downloading like pirate media. So yeah, and the end is near for this stuff, but I mean, I'm not complaining. I will support. Like I will go. Like if it like say if piracy like if it all just went away tomorrow, I'd be fine with that. I'd go out and go buy like Crunchyroll or whatever and go buy a physical like manga volume. I already have a couple, probably like 15 or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd go out and go to Amazon to buy a ton of them just so I could read it, and it'd be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So wrap it up. Yeah. Halo delay, bad thing for Xbox because that's their big exclusive, and if it's not looking too great, that's not gonna impress anybody.
Yep.
KissAnime's gone, and that was our pretty much review of the Nintendo indie world. Hopefully, there's a new Nintendo Direct soon, like where there's some big games announced. What is Mario Sunshine ever gonna come to the Switch, or is that just like we tweet pictures and hype people out?
Yep, they keep rumoring that 35th. It's Mario's 35th anniversary. They keep rumoring it for like a Switch like HD remaster of Mario 64.
Dude,
Sunshine,
people
and Galaxy
paying for that game. You have no idea. They would go insane.
They easily pay $60 for it. But like,
yeah, most people.
Who knows if it's actually happening? People kind of just make up rumors, so I don't really know.
Yeah, but then you'll see like rumors, and then sometimes they're true. Like you'll be like, oh, some guy said like from Twitter that the Switch is having a direct tomorrow, and then they'll have a direct. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So who knows? But overall, that's all we got for today. Any other last words?
Just
anything else we miss?
We're gonna try and get these podcasts out more frequently.
Yeah, we're gonna be coming. We're coming a lot now. So that sounded really weird, but we're posting a lot of podcasts. You better tune in. Matt and Mike Saves the World.
See you next time, guys.
We'll be on Anchor and Apple Podcasts. Let's go. See ya.
YouTube too.
You forgot we'll be there too. Let's go. I forgot about that.
Oh,
subscribe to us.
All right. See ya.